Hi guys, my name is Mark Bruner. I'm the technical manager at RUF Automobile. Technically, it's based off our own car that we designed and developed in 2007, which was the RUF CTR3. Front part of the chassis was a 997. We cut it behind the seats, added our own subframe steel chassis to accommodate a 6-cylinder boxer back then. And then we decided to develop an 8-cylinder engine, which was obviously bigger. So we took our CTR3 concept, lengthened it by 100 mil to squeeze in this boxer 8-cylinder. We obviously made our lives maybe harder in a certain way, but we like to sell and produce cars that are reliable, everyday drivable for the long run, not just for 10,000 kilometers. Autobahn runs or whatever, and that's one part. So there's like the sensible part of it is we want more power, we have to go bigger in displacement. And then there's the emotional side. It's like, what could be even cooler than a 6-cylinder boxer, an 8-cylinder boxer? Honestly, I've been saying this quite often today, but I think it's correct. We all have this little child inside us, this 8-year-old boy that just loves crazy stuff, and this is what we're doing. We went down the road casting. So the block is sand casted. It's not the normal high volume production method of sand casting. The molds are 3D printed. We work with experts and they helped us find the best suited way to work with this engine. Bear in mind this thing is quite long, right? We're talking 600 millimeters. Billet machining, we talked about it, very, very time intensive, very expensive. And because we want to build a series production with it, it wasn't ideal to actually test the technology. Because for the series production, we're gonna go with sand casting. So our prototype had to be similar, or as similar as it can be to the production. And with 3D printing sand, you get to the same casting methodology, you have the same aluminum properties, you have the same machining afterwards, and so we went down that road. It also has its challenges. It sounds all fun and games. Trust me, it's not, but it's been a process that's very interesting. In 2017, we presented the RUF CTR anniversary, right? And that was a whole new chassis, monocoque carbon fiber body. And for that car, we also designed our own 6-cylinder engine. We didn't start with a blank piece of paper because that would be an immense amount of work for maybe something that's not really needed. So based on the long history that RUF has had with the Porsche Boxer Metzger concept, we decided to develop a 6-cylinder that took a few aspects of the Metzger concept, and then we did it our own way. And based on our own 6-cylinder, we did our 8-cylinder. And so we played a lot with the valves, combustion chamber, intake manifold, exhaust ports. But what's great is that we capitalized on our own developments on the 6-cylinder and then put it in an 8 and then changed what we had to do for it to work in this 8-cylinder configuration, right? We went with a 4.8 liter just because per cylinder, it's the exact same as our 6-cylinder. And the way we think is if it works for 1 cylinder, it should work for 6, should work for 8. And the drivability, what we like with our 3.6 turbo is that the torque delivery is not a slap across your face, but it can build it up nice and smoothly. It's very drivable, and that's what we're hoping to achieve, and I think we have achieved it with this 8-cylinder. So it's really it's a torquey engine, don't get me wrong. It's over 1,000 Newton meters, but it's not too aggressive. It's not too aggressive. You have torque down low, and you can really spread her legs gently without having an explosion in your face. Turbo sizing, we looked at our 6-cylinder and then honestly we just scaled it up. We tested a few different turbos. We worked with a few partners to try to get the best match per cylinder bank. We're running 2 turbos, identical, so in parallel, not in series obviously, and we're blowing up to 1.6 bar. So we're fairly chill compared to what's out there in the world, right? For now, there's no plans of doing something even crazier. We'll first get this one dialed down and then see what we do. But down the road, everything's open, everything's imaginable. Right now, it's 1,000 plus brake horsepower, 1,000 plus Newton meters. She wakes up at 2,000 RPM. You're not even close to being at max power or max torque at 2,000, but it's already so much that it's fairly impressive. But 3.5, I think, at 3.5, then it starts to flatten out and you're getting to max torque, yeah. It's a 6-speed manual. It's developed by RUF with our partners, obviously. We have a clutch with 2 discs, because we didn't want to go with a racing clutch. Still has to be drivable. Stick shift is the only way. I don't know why, but that's the way it is, guys. The rear axle, we're running double wishbone suspension. We have a push rod with a rocker. That's for weight distribution. Also adjustability, actually, because you can, for instance, you can change your ride height without changing your spring load. You can change other aspects, your camber and etc., with less influencing other aspects, right? Advantages of a double wishbone suspension. And for the B8, we're running carbon ceramics front and rear, 380 millimeter disc, 6-piston at the front, 4-piston at the rear. Its stopping power is good. I'd say it's good. Some might say it might be over-dimensioned, but you can't go too big with brakes. You can't. I think the reception is amazing. Being on the development team, it's heartwarming. It's really awesome. People come, as you said, B8, what's up with B8? You know, some know, some don't. But even if they don't, all of a sudden they know and they're excited, they're curious, they want to know what's happening. They want to know when we're going to build the car around it. Questions that I sadly can't answer yet, but we'll get there. And I think the reception is really positive. It's an engine that, for many reasons, maybe doesn't make perfect sense, yet for our emotions and for what we love, it's the only answer. It's what makes sense for us. That's the thing, it keeps our love for boxers, for go big or go home, you know, type of stuff, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to be slightly patient, I think, a couple of years, from 1 to X years. We're working full steam on the project. We're really trying hard to go as quickly as we can, but as quickly as we need.